You've invested time and money into hyperbaric equipment, and of course, you want to make sure that your hyperbaric sessions are as effective as possible. After working both with private clients and clinics for more than a decade, I've learned that a lot of times it's simple steps that you take before, during, and after a hyperbaric session that make the most difference. And in this video, I'll share with you proven strategies that dramatically increase effectiveness of hyperbaric sessions. The first step you should take is ensure that you have a proper hyperbaric protocol that is personalized to your health situation and that matches your health goals. If you're unsure how to put together a proper hyperbaric protocol, I have numerous videos on this channel that explain how to design a hyperbaric protocol. Please watch those videos. And if you're still unsure, you're welcome to book a hyperbaric session with me. The link is in the video description. If you need help to put together a hyperbaric protocol, I'm here to help you do that. Once you have a hyperbaric protocol in place, now it's time to look into simple steps that will increase effectiveness of your sessions. What you do before the hyperbaric session matters a lot. First of all, you need to be hydrated. Under pressure, oxygen dissolves in body liquids, and that's how it gets transported to cells and tissues. Therefore, you need to be properly hydrated to make sure that this oxygen transport is effective. I do not recommend to drink water right before going into hyperbaric chamber because hyperbaric is somewhat diuretic, so you might find that you need to go to the bathroom halfway through your session. Rather, you need to stay hydrated throughout the day, so when you arrive for your hyperbaric session or decide to use your home chamber, you are hydrated. Second point that a lot of people miss is drinking coffee. When you drink coffee before a hyperbaric session, or at any time of the day, it constricts your blood vessels. And there's studies that show that drinking coffee before a hyperbaric session decreases its effectiveness by 70% because of the double vasoconstriction that occurs. First, you vasoconstrict because you drink coffee, and secondly, vasoconstriction is the normal physiological event that happens in a hyperbaric chamber. If you metabolize coffee slowly, I recommend staying away from coffee all day. If you're fast metabolizer, at least 4 hours between your last cup of coffee and your hyperbaric session. Smoking and alcohol consumption would affect, of course, not only the effectiveness of hyperbaric session, but also the toxic load that you carry. So please don't smoke and don't consume any alcoholic beverages before or after your hyperbaric sessions. If you suffer from diabetes or blood sugar dysregulation, meaning that you have a difficult time regulating blood sugar, let's say you skip a meal and right away you feel hangry and hungry and tired and you get headaches. So inside a hyperbaric chamber, if you have tendency to these blood sugar dysregulations, you can feel that. Hyperbaric therapy is a metabolic therapy, therefore it encourages or it rather uses glucose and fuel that we have in our body. So it's a normal physiological response that our blood sugar drops during a hyperbaric session. While in many people they will not even notice it, some people will notice the effect. And there are a couple of things you can do before going into a chamber to ensure that you feel as comfortable as you can. So first, don't skip a meal, meaning don't eat your breakfast, then wait 8 hours and go inside a hyperbaric chamber. Rather, eat something, but not right before the chamber. I neither encourage eating a big meal before a hyperbaric session, and I'll explain why in a second. But have a meal like 2 hours before going in, and this will ensure that your blood sugar is stable and is not dropping, causing these hypoglycemic events. I do not recommend going into a chamber on a full stomach for two reasons. First, I don't like to see high blood glucose levels inside the chamber. And secondly, when you have a full stomach and your chamber is a laid down chamber and you're laying down in a full stomach, the food might start to regurgitate and damage the esophagus. If you combine hyperbaric therapy with fasting, as many people do, and just have some difficulty still regulating your blood sugar because you're just starting fasting therapy, you can take a tablespoon of coconut oil or MCT oil before going in a hyperbaric chamber. Technically, it will not break your fast, but it will ensure that your blood sugar is not dropping so drastically and you're avoiding those hypoglycemic events. Another way to increase effectiveness of hyperbaric sessions is to combine HBOT with other therapies. It can be combined very effectively with red light therapy, with massage, with supplementation, good nutrition. There's so many therapies that could be stuck together to improve the results both of hyperbaric and the other therapy you use. I personally use vitamins like vitamin D or vitamin C, vitamin E, depending on the results that I want to achieve. I might use antioxidants like glutathione or more oxidative therapies like high dose vitamin C. I combine hyperbaric therapy with red light either before the session or after the session, depending on the results that I'm trying to achieve. And I do believe that in order to dive deep into the topic, we need a separate video. If you're interested, please leave a comment in the comment section so I know that you'd like to learn more, and I'll make a separate video on that.